Hey everybody, welcome back to ABTG and welcome to a bit of an unexpected video, I think, for most of you. As you probably do know, I am a fan of Taika Waititi, I'm a fan of Thor Ragnarok, and I'm also a big fan of What We Do in the Shadows, both the movie and the TV show. And yes, I am originally from New Zealand, so naturally I am very much aware and a fan of a show called Wellington Paranormal. Now, 3 seasons have already been released in New Zealand, and from what I understand, they're releasing the first season at the moment in the US and I think in the UK. So anyway, I finished watching season 3 a few weeks ago now, or maybe even a few months ago now, I think. But I just wanted to talk about Wellington Paranormal Season 3. Now, without giving away any spoilers, as usual, basically this show is about the 2 cops that intervene in the What We Do in the Shadows movie. There are 2 cops that appear at the vampire's house. They check out what's going on, and they honestly, they don't seem as stupid in the movie as they are portrayed in the show, but basically the comedy comes from these 2 cops and their sergeant, chief of police here, that basically make up a paranormal crew of some kind within the Wellington Police Department, going about taking care of paranormal and otherworldly experiences or situations in the greater Wellington area. So of course the show deals with vampires, but the show also deals a lot with ghosts and, I don't know, just monsters and sea creatures or aliens, many clowns in tiny cars, just anything that's out of the ordinary. And seasons 1 and 2 are legitimately probably the funniest thing I have seen in a long time. Like, seasons 1 and 2 I would place above the What We Do in the Shadows TV show, honestly. It's just hilarious, and it's hilarious by its stupidity. But we're not here to talk about seasons 1 and 2, we're here to talk about season 3. Which is, sadly, in my opinion, the weakest so far. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm still having a lot of fun with the show, and this season isn't a bad season by any means. I just do feel like it's weaker than the others. Wellington Paranormal has this kind of charm of being both absolutely moronic and very low budget, which are 2 elements that marry themselves very well with the general vibe and kind of aesthetic of the Shadows universe that Taika and Jermaine are creating. It's just that season 3 felt even more cheap than usual. Like, usually the visual effects are garbage, but that's fine, it's done on purpose, it actually enhances the experience. But this time there's an episode where someone gains powers and can spout water from their wrists. Well, you can actually see the hose come out from the sleeve spouting the water, and I feel like that was more of a mistake than it was a cheapo effect. Whereas, for example, what I'm talking about when I say cheap effects that actually work very well, it's the way the vampires kind of hover and float in the movies. See, that's purposely done to look ugly, but you can tell it's not a mistake. Also, when it comes to the jokes, I think that the jokes weren't as strong in this season. Wellington Paranormal is just joke after joke after joke, and let's be very honest, they're all more stupid than the last. That's part of the charm, I guess. It's just so moronic that it gets to this ridiculous point. But I found the jokes less funny, although that is a very subjective thing to say, I guess. And that's about it. There's only 6 episodes in season 3, or in each season, so there's not that much content to go over. They're only 20 minutes long. When it comes to the acting, of course, we're not talking about A-list actors, but I do think that our main cast and the recurring cast do a very good job at portraying these absolutely idiotic, imbecile characters that they're given to work with. It's great. Some of the guest actors or some of the younger talent that they bring in sometimes isn't always, on par, I guess, with their own performances, but that's fine. It's okay. This is a very small, low-level show in terms of the scale of TV nowadays. So yeah, not all of the actors are seasoned veterans. There's not much to be said in terms of continuity. Like, there's not that much continuity between episodes and between seasons, dare I say. Seasons 1 and Season 2 experimented with a few episodes that kind of call back to each other, or that continue on. They're like I suppose, a second part in season 2, but there's not, you know, things that come up in season 1 don't necessarily impact what happens in season 2 or 3. It's kind of like those old school Star Trek shows where you hit a reset button every episode, and that's fine. It works for what it is. It's just standalone episodes that are happening in this paranormal Wellington. Honestly, rather than finishing this video by talking about season 3 itself, which I would rate as a good, because it still is good. It's friggin' funny. I just wanted to say, you really need to check out Wellington Paranormal if you have the chance. Now that this thing is getting distributed in the UK, in the US, I think more people are going to start having access to it, and the charm of it is just so overwhelming that I think everyone is truly going to love this show. Go check it out. I highly recommend it. Apparently the show will end after season 4, so there's only one more season coming. Fingers crossed it's as good as the first 2. That's about it from me. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.